I'm the type of gamer that likes to play the game and watch the cutscenes, but not really read any files, or notes, or really look up any lore for that matter. So I had the brilliant idea to talk about the game's story from yours truly, from my point of view, because I pretty much have all the qualifications, am I right? I mean, I got the game, I beat it multiple times, and I have a YouTube channel. So here I am bringing you Resident Evil Requiem Explained. Before we start, if you haven't seen videos 0 through 8, be sure to go and watch. Well, hold on, that's a marathon of a binge at this point, and you're all here anyway, so yeah, fuck it, let's just jump right into it. We start the game at the FBI headquarters where this important looking man is just walking.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
He calls for Grace, and damn, Grace is fine. He calls her to his office and says that they found another body that has the same pathology as the other ones that they've been investigating. He tells her where to go, which is the Renwood Hotel, and then he says,
I know that's where your mother was murdered.
bitch, then choose someone else. Why the fuck are we picking Grace? What, is no one else in the FBI competent enough to go instead of Grace? You know, the girl with trauma at this exact location? I guess not, because we cut to Grace in the field, and what the fuck, Mr. X cosplayer? I'm walking here.
So I just landed in New York City and I'm so excited to get, whoa! Hey, I'm walking here! I'm really excited to get...
Listen to me. We don't talk like that. We don't say things like that. You understand? Do you understand?
Okay, sorry. Forget about it! So basically...
We get to the crime scene and Grace is showing the cop that she obviously doesn't belong on the field because she forgets to flash the badge.
You guys need tickets.
CIA.
Perry Ellis wallet owner, out of my way.
And she also isn't responding to anything that he's asking. We enter the building and bro, it's a fucking mess. I'm looking at this crime scene with my detective hat on and I'm expecting some foul play. Evidence number 2 shows footprints, so that proves that our culprit has feet. So that's already a good lead. And evidence number 1 shows that there was a struggle. While I'm trying to piece together what happened, I find a picture of us with a key on the back saying to meet in room 204, so off we go. We get to the room and it looks like our stalker was in the process of making a collage full of Grace. Or a graceful collage. Grace sees this one photo and we flash back to that day the picture was taken, which I guess was 8 years ago, but Grace is typing her new screenplay for her movie. Her mom tells her to go to sleep and Grace is all like, nah, how am I ever gonna be a movie writer? The phone rings and Grace's lazy ass doesn't want to answer the phone even though it's within arm's reach. Her mom is like, Grace, get off your lazy ass and answer the goddamn phone. The voice is all like, who dis? And then Grace is all like, nah, who dis? And then the person hangs up. The power goes out and Grace's mom is all like, the British are coming, and forces Grace to leave with her even though Grace doesn't want to. Grace is honestly kind of given that whole, I have better things to do type of vibe. We run into the lobby and run into this worker and I already don't trust him, but he tries fixing the power outage and oh, okay, I guess I should have trusted him, whoops. Unless he's in on it. Okay, maybe not. Grace's mom shoots the cult member and then puts something behind this painting. We run into the next room and Grace is trying to call the police. Her mom is all like, no, don't do that.
I am the law!
And Grace is literally like, shh, I'm doing it anyways. Mom is standing over here like, who raised this defiant child? Grace is having a full-fledged anxiety panic attack. Her mom tries to calm her down and they hug. Her mom then calls Grace her hope and then takes a fucking machete to the neck. Jason here falls over and dies and oh, would you look at that? This is actually the crime scene from earlier. So that just proves that our culprit did have feet. There wasn't really that much of a struggle though, so I guess I was wrong on that part. But the voice acting with Grace is crazy good. The entire game, I was just amazed at how well the voice actress portrayed Grace's fear. But we cut back to the present, a phone under the graceful collage rings, and for some reason we just answer it. No one is on the other line, and now we get the idea to go look behind the painting. What we find is a bag with a floppy disk. Then the cop from outside for some reason decides to abandon his post and come in here. He tells us that something stung him, like, okay, go deal with your bee problems outside, why the fuck are you in here telling me for? He throws up some teeth, weird, and then attacks us. We pick up a nearby key to the emergency exit and then grab a fire poker. We stab him in the eye and then this dude bites us, but like with what teeth? We kick him off and run up the stairs, use the emergency key that we just got, and then he follows us, so we throw him out the window. That's it. Done. Nah, just kidding, he's done. And then we hear a soothing piano in a nearby room, and it's not a fucking piano, damn it. Oh, there's also this charming fella named Victor. He says that he brought us here. So, wait a minute, I'm confused. Because the boss man sent us here. So I personally think that the boss man is in cahoots, because why the fuck would he ask us to come here in the first place? You know, to the place where our mom got murdered? And then this man with classical music taste is saying that he brought us here. The very large man hugs and then incapacitates Grace, and then we cut to Leon. He's talking to who I'm guessing is Hunnigan about the crime scene that he's at, and the connection of this dead body with other bodies that he's been investigating, and then says that it's 6 survivors of Raccoon City now dead. But fuck that, man, look at this walk. Leon Man Crush Kennedy stays dripping. I love this man. We get info in our ear about Victor. I really don't know who the voice in our ear is, but if it's like Resident Evil 4 and 6, Hunnigan, it's nice to hear you again. Apparently, Victor's last name is Gideon, and he was a T-virus researcher. We start to head to the incident where Grace was at, and wow, look at that, how convenient.
You've got to be shitting me.
Victor is like, shit, it's the ops. Shoots these people with darts and then walks off. We start to get chased, but then get a cutscene of this lady that got dart shot by Victor starting to make out with this random man. She took off his nose, so I take off her head. We shoot our way down the street, and then Hunnigan calls us and tells us to go to the care center. That's basically our next lead. Leon's hand is looking pretty gross, and Hunnigan says that we are running out of time. We cut to Grace being held upside down for some reason. I don't know why the dude didn't just put her right side up, but Grace uses her wits and breaks out of this contraption. I find this painting, and it reminds me of the, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I like water. We got freaking oxygen molecule joined with 2 hydrogen molecules on a covalent bond over here.
We walk around this dark ass place and eventually get to a shutter door. However, we need a fuse to open it. You know, the shit that I just walked past as if I didn't need to explain this part. But what I didn't walk past, and I for some reason felt the need to explain, was the fact that there is no reflection in this mirror. That's right, I walk right past story points to focus on shit that has no relevance to the story. Or maybe Grace is a ghost. We find the fuse, however, once again, I walk right past it for this lighter, which seriously does not hold any relevance once again to the story. So I don't know what gameplay capture Cheddar was doing at this time, but you know, the fuse is there and it's locked. So we basically need to find a screwdriver to unlock it. We go through this door and a dead body falls on us like, okay, nothing I haven't seen before. Okay, I haven't seen that before. I run away, but in classic Cheddar fashion, I look behind me. And it turns out this girl doesn't like light. So I go back to the room that she rudely interrupted me from exploring, and I'm moving this table, right? And I'm trying really hard not to move too quickly, because if I move too quickly, the contents on top will fall, and that will catch the attention of the girl. Well, shit, that wasn't part of my plan, so now I'm gonna have to wing it for you guys here. I climb the table, find the toolbox, put it back, grab it again, pull out the screwdriver, and... She breaks through the door, so we lead her back to the room with the light.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
But when she leaves, she breaks the light bulb this time, so this strategy isn't going to work anymore. I find her again, and then I train her like Call of Duty Zombies to avoid her and go get the fuse. Oh my god, bro, that's how she moves around? Okay, big girl from Nacho Libre, calm your ass down.
How did you get up here so fast?
Secret tunnels.
I turn and run to the fuse box, put the fuse in, and open the shutter door. The monster grabs our leg though because Grace didn't want to get out of arm's reach. So she pulls us back into the darkness where Grace starts crying. Rightfully so, I would be terrified too. We cut back to Leon and he's rolling up to the hospital like,
Yeet, yeet, skirt, yeet, yeet, skirt, skirt, skirt.
You know your daddy's home.
and I don't know why they decided for Leon to have a popped fur collar, but fuck it, man. Leon don't wear clothes, clothes wear Leon.
That'll be script reads me.
The nurse that we're following has us wait in a room that isn't a waiting room, and you all have probably seen this gameplay trailer, but if you haven't, the doctor is infected. He somehow found a chainsaw in a hospital and is all like, oh hey nurse, look what I found. Leon kicks a chair at him and he's all like, oh shit, I didn't see that one coming, that was a good one. We light him up, grab the chainsaw, and then take a page out of the doctor's book. We end up seeing what just happened with Grace.
Hey, over here. I might be gay, I don't know.
Victor turns the gates on to separate Grace and Leon asks why Victor wants Grace, but Grace doesn't know. And god, dude, I just love how cool Leon is. He just knows that someone is at the end of this hallway, and sure enough, it's Victor.
Vector! That's me, because I'm committing crimes with both direction and magnitude. Oh yeah!
Victor wants to talk, but Leon talks with his fists. So Victor grabs Leon in a chokeslam hold and says that Leon is showing symptoms and calls it Umbrella's curse. Then he chokes Leon out, which, like, come on, I do not believe that. Leon never loses. But we cut back to Grace and I run into this room where a girl is kind of just chilling here reading. Grace asks the girl, you can't see, can you?
Is someone there?
No shit, Grace, that's like if I saw someone with no legs in a wheelchair and I said, you can't walk, can you? We grab a key card for the West Wing and leave the girl here for now. I use the key card and I walk in on this butcher, and normally you wouldn't fight him. Grace isn't prepared. You would normally just wait until you're Leon to try something with this guy. But you see this big dick gun that I got courtesy of Leon, and you see this infinite symbol where my ammo is?
Jesus.
Drop him!
So with this whole next area with Grace, we need to find 3 cubes to insert them into the door to escape, right? I'm not too sure why the hospital has an emergency exit this elaborate, but each cube is hidden in one of these cabinet things. I don't know how to describe them, but they're locked with 3 buttons that have symbols over them. And we need a 4 symbol combination out of the 3 symbols they give us. So I get the first cube, and on my way to get the second cube, I run into this thing. And I know his fat ass won't break through the door because it's a safe room. And you see this machine gun that I got here with this infinite symbol where my ammo is? But then immediately after, I run into Victor. Jesus Christ, I cannot catch a break. He kind of hits on Grace.
You're not like other people, you know. You're quite unique.
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
Then mentions something called Elpis being set free. He says that phase 2 is about to begin, whatever that means, and then says,
Would you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
"Ah, dude, no one wants to see your dick. Now isn't the time. Shit, do you see what you did? You made Grace run away." So she hides, and Victor isn't a fan of hide and seek, so he just leaves. So with all of the distractions gone, we grab the second cube and put that one into the door. And then we find the cabinet to the third cube, but the symbols are wiped off. But there are dots on the buttons. And luckily, we know of a little blind girl that likes to read. Or if you let me just grab my guidebook from Pokemon Emerald, I can read it. If you know about Pokemon Emerald and the Reggies, then you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how they wanted teenage Cheddar to read Braille on a Game Boy Advance. Like shit, I'm not Emily. And even if I was Emily and I was blind and could read Braille, why the fuck would I be playing a Game Boy Advance SP? Anyways, I digress. We grab the ID wristband from this dead guy and go and fetch the girl whose name is Emily. Before releasing Emily, Grace asks why she's in there, and Emily is all like, "I don't know, I've always been in here. It's kind of been my whole life. Actually, why aren't you in here with me?" I just love Emily. I don't know if it's because she's blind, but her gaze and face is like a combo of not having a care in the world mixed with innocence personified.
There are steps. How about I carry you?
I want one.
No.
God, dude, she's so adorable. We grab Emily and take her to the Braille storage thing, and while she's doing that, we need to go handle the enemies outside of the room. Because, you know, I don't think a blind girl will make a good shot. Unless we got Daredevil Jr. over here, but I don't have batons, I only got guns. So, you know, we just sit here and kill infected until Emily says she's done. Look at this innocence.
I found this.
But then the monster I thought Leon killed comes in and kidnaps Emily and the cube. So guess who has to follow her big ass Nacho Libre tunnel? That's right, Grace. So we jump into the hole and we cut to Leon. My man is being, wait, hold on, what's that date? Holy shit, dude, all of this is happening on my birthday. But Leon is being interrogated by Victor, which I feel like should be the other way around. Victor asks if he should begin his treatment.
It's on the treatment, I hope.
NANI? And I don't know why, but Victor just sounds like he SAs people or grapes them, dude. I don't know, just listen.
This is where I conduct my research.
I know you've been hiding some feelings for me.
Oh, yeah, nausea.
Then we see Leon's skin is turning black.
You know, I do have a question. When's the last time you brushed your teeth?
NANI? Thank you, Leon, because this man is making me feel 16 different ways of uncomfortable. Leon cuts his ties and it's fucking on, Dahmer. Leon grabs the nearby gun, but he kind of stalls a bit, which allows Victor to escape. We continue through the attic until we run into another fat guy that has trouble getting through doorways. And the same still holds true for this fight. So we put him down, and actually, fun fact, my sister really hates this guy. I think this is one of the only parts of the game where she's all like, I can't watch this. But we end up in the same exact hospital that we were in with Grace. So I guess Victor didn't really bother moving locations, he just took Leon up to the attic. What a criminal mastermind. We get to a room with a bunch of dead bodies, which of course turns into a little scuffle, but we end up pulling a lever behind a painting to open a hidden door. Leon calls Hunnigan only to reveal that it is not Hunnigan, it is fucking Sherry. The same Sherry Leon and Claire saved in Resident Evil 2, and the same Sherry that helped Jake and defended Leon from said Jake in Resident Evil 6. So that is actually a very welcoming change-up. I personally love it. She tells us that our infection is indeed T-virus, and apparently Sherry has it too.
Fuck.
My thoughts exactly, Leon.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Then we switch to Grace underground and we run into a monitor room because, guess what? This is also a prison, and look who we see in a cell. Our little blind adorable already adopted child. But I mean, it's not like this is the worst situation for her. She's probably used to living in a cell at this point. Anyways, our whole goal is to find 3 power cells to put into these slots to open the prison cells. And the first one is practically given to us, so we go and find the other 2. We find the second power cell pretty easily, and then look whose sexy ass ankles decide to join us. I ignore that because I don't have a foot fetish. Then I do this nightmare-inducing grinder part where we have to shove bodies into it for it to stop. We finish that up, grab the last power cell, and then take a bloody slip and slide into a pool of blood. But I don't know, I don't really feel that grossed out because I feel like the evil within did it better. Then this weirdness happens.
Atrocious little bitch!
So we put all 3 cells into the power unit and essentially open all of the jail cells. So wake yo ass up, Emily, this is a prison break.
It's me! It's me! It's Grace! It's Grace!
Jesus, she's blind, Grace, remember? Probably not the best idea just to run up and grab her. To my surprise though, the infected in the area don't thank me for letting them out. Instead, they start to block the paths for me to go. What a bunch of dickheads, a simple thank you would have been good enough. But ironically, they actually lead us to an elevator that we also conveniently turned on. The monster starts to climb the elevator and she tries to break in through the roof. I pop one in her face to remind her who she's fucking with, and then we pry the door to the elevator open.
Let's play.
The elevator falls with the monster inside and we escape her clutches. Emily gives us the cube, and that's my blind, innocent, ultra instinct hair-colored girl. Then we have a little wholesome moment.
Are you crying? Am I crying? No, I'm not crying. You're crying.
See, that's another reason why I love this game. Grace isn't some hardened badass like Leon and Chris. She's never done this before, and this game does an amazing job of showing just how any normal person would react. When we aren't getting money and fucking bitches with Leon, this is how I would expect any normal person to be after what Grace just went through. And on our way out, we ask Emily if she wants to live with us. She says okay, and I mean, like, what other options does she realistically have? Would she rather stay in that glass case or stay in the hospital with infected all around? We put the last cube in the door and escape, finally. Emily says that she's not feeling too hot, but like a good mom, we ignore that because we find a chopper. Hell yeah. This guy pops out and says that he can fly a helicopter. How convenient.
Oh, cause we black?
Says that his boss took the key and that the key is in the building. He says that his leg hurts. I mean, what a pussy. That's coming for me. I tore my ACL. So Grace elects to go in and get the keys. We strap Emily in the helicopter with the random ass guy and then we head into the building. But the building isn't just a building. This room we are in is a whole ass elevator, and at the bottom is a giant ass testing area. But we find the keys and Victor.
Oh yeah!
He's just talking to some guy named Zeno, says that he's done it, and then just laughs to himself. He cuts his own laugh short and then leaves. And him leaving, I don't know why, but it seems to have caused a self-destruct sequence. So now this place is going to shit, and blood is exploding everywhere, flooding everywhere, flowing everywhere. But we escape the building, get to the chopper, and this dude is letting it warm up like we aren't in a hurry. I honestly don't know how the zombies aren't falling off once we take off, man. Their grip strength must be crazy. But we're in the air for probably like 10 seconds or so, and then we crash, just poof. It seems like the dude wasn't really a pilot. I don't know, I'm not impressed.
Oh, 'cause we black?
But what's also not very impressive is the fact that the pilot is dead, Emily is injured, and worst of all, my ego is hurt. I can't even pilot a helicopter.
Oh, I'm a Sam! Look at me, I can't even fly out of a window.
We cut to Leon and he's just sitting there watching the shit show that's happening in the sky. That gorgeous mind of his must be thinking, not every day you see a helicopter spinning out of control with zombies on it. Turns out he's not very impressed either, and now we gotta jump in to help Grace. All of that crashing caused quite the ruckus, and now zombies are closing in on her and Emily. Grace heads to the nearby church and we provide cover fire while she breaks in the door. Once she gets into the church, we join her as Leon, and she's panicking because she can't stop Emily's bleeding. Leon calms her down.
Hey, look at me. We're gonna be okay. Yeah?
Damn, I'm feeling a lot better too, shit. But before we can leave together, this fucking monster interrupts, so Leon decides to stay back. And I take this opportunity to show this monster who the real monster in this church is. But we kill the boil monster and then we cut to Grace. And I hate to do this to you guys, but that's going to be the end of this video. I think I'm gonna start breaking up these videos into like shorter 20-minute videos, 20-25 minutes, around that range. So be sure to check out part 2 where we have another run-in with a giant girl, a new enemy appears, and we go back to where it all began.